you.
Oh. Hello.
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 I just got a peek at the new template.
I cannot see the template.
Sweet.
Ooh,
It's so cute.
fancy.
I'm bringing it up on my.
We
other
are looking
screen.
fancy.
Fancy.
Oh
Love
my
it.
god. Wow.
Hello.
Oh.
Hi everybody.
Do we have any news that we need to start with today from
Um,
anyone?
just a quick reminder that yes, as you can see, oh no, you can't hear me. Uh-oh. Hello. Hello. Am I here?
No.
Hello.
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 Hello. My mic is sensitive. Technical difficulties. Burner. Burner. Oh no. What have I done?
Are the rest of us audible?
Can they hear the rest of us?
Hello, hello, hello. Oh, we are fancy. I finally got it up. Proud of you. Thank you. Okay.
Boop boop boo.
Boop.
Boop boop boo. Boop boop boo. Yes, okay, they can hear everybody else. Technical difficulties. We're just gonna turn it off my actual mic and see if that does anything.
I mean, what we will.
Yep.
Okay, grand.
We're good. Hello. Good
Hello.
afternoon.
Good morning.
Good morrow. Good afternoon.
Good morning. Good evening.
Blessed day. Rock and roll team.
Okay, a little quiet but audible. Shout.
Ah! We'll just use
Perfect.
my outdoor voice.
Project.
Okay, so just a quick reminder of people being here, people not being here. I believe Hunter is still going to be away for quite some time. Quentin will be back in 2 weeks. So don't worry, we will have our full party. Tonight is just the girls plus Dresdor. And yeah. I don't think we have anything else unless anybody else has any news.
Is the recap master up for doing a recap?
Yes.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Take it
Yeah.
away, Rachel.
So last we left off, we had just continued being on the road again after being at that small fishing town. And had a lovely little met Vern's Cauldron on the Go cart that was selling potions and other cauldron related items. and I believe a few people purchased some things, and we got some information out of Vern about why he's on the go, which is connected to the whole new laws about patronages and businesses. And then we also found out that some mercenaries are looking for a human redhead, which is very important because Monty's sister is a human redhead. So that's curious. As we approached the capital and entered in, it was gorgeous, and we ended up meeting Al's family at a very inconvenient time for them because they were
Good.
preparing for a fancy dinner with some really important people from the capital. But we all are basically getting situated in their estate, getting some nice clothes for the dinner, the theater that we're going to see later. Saunders a little busy formulating some of his own plays, and pretty sure that's where we left off.
Yeah.
Today, it's time for a shopping trip.
Yes, shopping.
Bam, 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 bam.
I love shopping.
Shopping.
Let's do it.
Yes. However, I will steal clothing out of the closet first before we
Please do. Please do.
Are you stealing Al's clothing, or are you going on date for her parents' closets?
I don't. We had like a fancy guest room, right?
Yes.
I'm
Yeah.
going through the closets there, finding what I can to blend in.
In the guest rooms, there's probably some storage of sibling clothings that got left behind because they either got too small or kind of went out of fashion a little bit. It's like if the cuffs are incorrect, they're staying in the house. No one's wearing them outside. And there's also, I imagine, some clothing for the winter weather, just put away in storage here. So a lot of like nice coats that you can grab that you'll probably be a bit hot in, but they look nice.
No, thank you. I am sensitive to the heat, so no, thank you. I will put on what I can and look like a dapper young gentleman. Look very uncomfortable, especially the fact that I have to wear shoes once again.
Mm-hmm. Shoes are a curse on humanity. I imagine, are you guys heading out the moment you arrive, just immediately out to your shopping trip, or are you doing more things around the estate? Or are you taking a break and then heading out?
I feel like we should drop our stuff off in our room, get changed. I also have absolutely no clothing, so I'm probably gonna like run up to my old room and find like some clothes, and then we can book it out. Unless y'all want to do anything. But Al is like, okay, we're here. Let's get out of here now.
Yeah, I think Aster's just ready to go.
I feel like Drez is like self-conscious that he's not wearing whatever he's wearing properly.
Kind of come up and like adjust the buttons a little bit. Like, it's okay. These things are like really confusing. This is why my brother doesn't wear them anymore, because they're just like really weird. Tie it up. There you go.
I don't understand the point of covering up every point of your body. Like, who does that?
I don't know. I feel like it's to prove that like you have the money to afford like the shirt and the vest and the waistcoat and the thing and the other thing and then the necklace and then also the pants. Like, it's like, look how fancy I am. Blah 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 blah. So
These are definitely not fighting clothes. I
No.
will bust a seam. I feel like if I try to kick somebody.
Aster, Badger just tugs at your sleeve. He's like,
Mhm.
go?
Yeah, we're going out. We're gonna get what's up?
Go.
Oh, okay, cool. Okay. We're going. Badger's coming with us.
If I was looking for clothes in the closet, would there have been any chance there was a small vest that would fit him?
I mean, Al, do you think your family would keep children's clothing?
I definitely think in the house my mom has like all of our baby clothes still.
Mhm.
Like I know, like I bet I could. Al would know in like 2 minutes. Be like, oh, let's see, baby. Okay, yeah, that's on the like west wing, second floor room, storage room. So Al can like run and get Badger Bong Water like a cute little vest. And then maybe like a matching beret.
Oh,
Yes.
Yeah, I
he
don't
looks so
think any of
happy.
the pants will fit,
'Cause if I
but like a
recall,
vest and a beret.
yeah, if I recall, he still has a hole in his vest.
Mm-hmm. He just puts the new vest over the old vest.
Ooh, fashionable. Double layering. And now he can hide things under his beret.
Very important.
You just see him walk over. There's just like a set of like teacups and a little like teapot, and he's just walking over, grabs a little teacup, and just puts it on his head, and then puts the beret over it.
Perfect. All right, let's do this thing.
Yes.
Bust out the door.
Squad.
Can you guys make me a perception check as you're leaving?
Ugh, abysmal. 5.
That's 13.
A 12. Shopping.
Yeah, cool. You're heading out to do shopping. Life is great. Life is great. Everything's good.
I would also like to remind everybody my hair is completely black.
Oh yeah, that's a new change.
My hair is completely black because of my hair wax that I made.
All right. Though you kind of have to go down from the noble estates into the city, which is again absolutely bustling and loud. And there's carriages passing you guys everywhere, people passing by, and people looking at you with much interest as they see you emerging out of the noble household with new people. And there's a lot of shops to pick from. There's one that's kind of Al, your family has used before, so you imagine that if you go in there, it's called the Ambrosia Boutique, and it's very close by to the first and fancy as all hell. It's got like it's kind of themed after this like let's say like a Garden of Eden kind of vibe of like this is paradise with clothing you can buy. And there's already a couple of like just sets of guards and a couple of like accompanying servants or like people of just like we have a young noble person here, so they just have a person to accompany them so they don't go and do nefarious things while they're shopping. A lot of people just kind of waiting outside because there's a crowd gathering. And that is probably where you'll be able to buy clothing without having to spend your own money.
All right, so there's this really cool spot, and we can totally put anything we get there on my family's tab. So I vote we go there.
Sounds like a good idea.
I'm down.
Right.
I am up
Okay.
for not spending more money.
Great. As we go like Al is like saying like it looks like Al is on a first name basis with like all of the street vendors. Like she's just like, "Hey, how are you? Oh my gosh, it's been so long!" And like buying like churros and like little snacks for her party as she goes. Like, "Oh my gosh, here, try this. Oh my gosh, they make the best croissant ever. Like here, you have to have it." Just like the whole way there.
And
So
a lot of the
you
street
are
vendors
well
are
and
like,
truly
"Oh my god,
full.
just, Lady Rosa, you're back. What do you want to sample? This is new for free for you."
Oh, please, no. I toss him a couple copper. Like, yeah, okay, guys, try this. Okay, so this is my friend Jerry. Jerry's really great. Come on, let's have, like, the whole time. Yeah.
Drez is enamored with all of these people. Like, this
And a lot of
seems
them
such a fun place to be.
And all of them are very excited because like Al's back, and a lot of them are kind of doing the "my lord, my lady," trying not to like just go, "Who are these people? Who are your friends?" Because that's disrespectful. But they're just doing curtsies and kind of like looking at you expectantly for maybe some information, but not really willing to ask themselves.
Drez introduces himself every time, but with his fake name.
Hmm.
Got a cover to keep.
Oh.
Yes, hello. My name's Venlith. Nice to meet you. Hello. Venlith. Pleasure.
You get so many just like croissants and fruit and drink on your way.
I got an armful of treats.
I'm like shaking the hands of everyone, like refusing food, maybe a few, but like, nah, I just want to meet you. I don't need your food.
Every time you refuse something, Badger Bongwater is just there with his hand, just like taking it. He now has like an apple under his beret, and you can very clearly just see the outline of the fact that he has like already a cup and an apple under his hat.
My sweet child, okay.
Oh.
Also, Al, I would say you notice less street vendors than there usually would be here.
When I notice, I'll like pull over to like the caramel apple fruit vendor, be like, "Hey, like I know it's not like where is everybody? Like it's great seeing everybody here, but I feel did y'all get shooed away with the new like permit thing?"
Oh, a little bit. It's nothing to worry about. It's some people moved downtown because there's just less guard there to kind of ask around for the permits, and some people just
Sure.
closed down. But it's nothing for you to worry about. You've done enough good for us already. But your family has been very kind in offering patronages, so we're all very grateful. I believe there's a lot of people purchasing them on the street.
Oh. Okay. Well, thank you for your time. I toss him a couple silver. Have if there is anything I can do while I'm in town, you just let me know. I'll or if anybody needs help getting a permit, send them my way. I'd be happy to try and help out.
Of course.
Right?
Al, the people here really, really enjoy your company.
Yeah, I mean, like they're my people, and not in like a gross like I'm their ruler, their noble, whatever. But in a like I don't know, they're cool, and I didn't really have a lot of friends, so I kind of just made friends with like all the adults when I would sneak out, and they would give me stuff and make sure I didn't get kidnapped by another noble family when they could. So like we're pals. It's and I don't know. I like the busyness of the city a lot. So
I think
yeah.
it's very cool to see you sort of in your element. It's very admirable.
Thanks. Okay, stop looking at me. Let's go. Like, take off. Power walk.
Is it very crowded here? Or is it kind
Yes.
of like... Okay, cool.
It's this city is, and Al, you would know this, that it's horribly crowded. This is not top crowd hour. This is just the way it normally is. There's always just people walking around, coming in from the port, coming in from their homes. There's always a crowd, and it's always very loud. It's like there's like a cicada sound of just people talking where you just can't make out the words at all.
I would very much like to try and blend in, and if there's wandering eyes looking for me, very much would like to get lost in the crowd from those eyes.
Okay, make me a stealth check.
Plus stuff. Stealth. T plus 7. 21.
Oh, beautiful. You do a really good job of blending in.
Like, I'm like weaving through people, but also like acting natural. I like bump into somebody and I'm like, oh, I apologize.
Yeah, with a roll that good, you manage to do that thing where you're walking through a crowd where it seems like it's just a wall of people, but you're just like slipping between people that they don't even look at you. That you almost barrel into someone, take a step to the side, they don't even notice you passing. And if anyone's watching from the rooftops, you're like one head out of 1,000. They're not really gonna be able to keep up with you.
I look different.
Sure. New hair.
New hair.
And as you get closer to the boutique, there are people. There's even like a cart parked outside of one of the noble families. There's clearly just some people still picking up their outfits for the dinner. And you just see the couple of like people working for the nobles who are in there shopping, who see Al and just kind of look amongst themselves. And you can see the specific servants who are there to take notes on who else is going into the store, who are just like noting this down because no one really knows that you're here yet.
We are Al's entourage.
Yeah. All right. So here's how this play. Like, okay, let's bring it in. So there's gonna be a ton of people there, and I'm gonna have to get kind of all me. I am a fancy lady again when we go in just for a little bit, so we get our costumes paid for, and it's gonna be great. But just act like you've done this a million times, okay? Like, just be aloof. You got it. Half of nobility is pretending you're dumber than you actually are when you need to, and then pretending you're smarter than you are the other half of the time. So, like, when in doubt, just pick one of those sides. Like, that's pretty much all you gotta do. Okay, this is gonna be so fun. This is gonna be so fun. Okay, let's go. Running.
Running in, but not actually running in.
I think I'm just briskly walking in.
I've been taking notes of the people around us and anybody who looked fancy, so I'm like walking. I kind of
The moment you
I kind of remember how Al's parents were, and I'm like, I'm gonna try and emulate that. I am a bit tall, I am powerful, I know what I'm doing.
The moment you walk in, there's less crowd here than outside because everyone has this like almost like a COVID safety area around themselves, but it's just for their pride and ego, so no one comes into their personal area. And there's a bunch of just really rich-looking people already in outfits fancy enough to go to any dinner anywhere besides this city, picking up even fancier outfits. And there's displays of clothing. There's a lot of areas that you can see off to the side, like wedding gowns. If you go further on, that's just like an entire whole side of the store is just for that. You have dinner gowns, and then for outside affairs, lighter things. And there's like the finest ones are put up on big displays. There's one that's probably took a bunch of seamstresses and just astronomers, because it has just like constellations of the entire night sky, extremely scientifically accurately, just embroidered onto it. There's some capes on show, which are almost like comic book like in a way, where they have stories of gods and famous heroes on them. There's vests and gowns and just a lot of really intricate pieces on show, where it becomes a question of how much can we add onto this gown so it's visible that it's a master craftsmanship accomplishment and that it cost just so much money. And the moment you come in, a lady runs up to you, and she just goes, my lady, my lord, I will be your accompaniment here for today. What are you looking for?
Hi. My name is hello. I am Lady Alicia Roisa. As you've no doubt surmised, there is a gathering at my parents' estate tonight that me and my compatriots need a suitable outfit for. We are in town just in time for it, and we're unfortunately unable to come in earlier to do any of the picking out or whatever. So we will probably take whatever is off the rack, and it will of course go on my parents' tab.
Of course. Okay. Would you like me to show you a selection, or do you have something in mind for the dinner?
I have something in mind that I would like to look for, but my friends, what are your thoughts?
Um, looking for something a little bit more on the masculine side. More of a pants kind of situation, not really a dress.
Of course.
Cool with any vests or cool jacket or robe or something to go over it. Nice dress shirt underneath. That's about it.
Dresdor is probably has not said anything for the last like couple of minutes we've been here, because he's been just like staring at everything, because this is like true fantasy to him. He's been making his clothes since he was like a child, and he's like, so many things, so many things.
She kind of waits for you to speak, and then realizes you're just staring off at something, and just it's like, that's actually made from a very fine silk from Signia, and if would you be interested in trying it on?
Perhaps. I'm sorry. It's been a while. He's trying to recompose himself. Act like Al's parents. Yes. I am looking for something that is flexible, but also on the elegant and maybe a bit androgynous.
Mhm.
Anything with a deep V is very up my alley.
All right. Um, And Lady Roysa?
Yeah, I would like something oh, you know what? Actually, my mother suggested that I take a look at the sketches you did of her gown for inspiration. Do you have those around?
Yes, of course. I can bring those right over.
Okay, thank you so much. As soon as the attendant leaves, I'll be like, oh my gosh, what if I stole my mom's dress for the thing? Like, what if I get a dress that looks exactly like hers, but like better? Wouldn't that be so funny?
I,
Oh, big
I honestly
Orville,
was thinking
how-
about it would be funny if one of us got a wedding dress.
Oh, we also have to get clothes for Sonder and Monty. So
Ooh,
get that.
Sandra
Oh,
should wear
and
the
also,
wedding dress.
I mean, if anyone could pull it off. Also feel free to get like this is very fancy clothes, but feel free to get like an extra set or two of clothes on my parents' dime. Like get a, fancy outfit and then you can just get like everyday clothes here too. Like I don't care. They can be mad at me. I mean, I don't think they can be more mad at me than they already are. So like who cares, right? Power
Thank
to
you
the
so
people.
much.
I feel like immediately after Al says that, Drostor is pulling out his like book of many sketches, and he's like, inspiration, inspiration.
No
Lots of feathers,
feelings.
lots of feathers.
Another person comes over, brings you to like a private room, which is just like no walls, just mirrors, and like cushions to sit on, and like cucumber water off to the side, and then you like start getting choices brought in, and it's very much the two of you, besides Al, who's being brought like a really large folder of paper. Um, you get kind of a nice selection of here's the shapes you asked for in different colors and different textures. So there's more like the type of material that's like mossy to the touch. After you get some very nice like pants, vests, and jackets combos. I think she kind of takes this route of like, okay, Eladrin, like here have something that's themed after like different color schemes that you could find in nature of like different seasons. You have more spring, more summer. There's like a nice winter one that has embroidered snowflakes on it. The dress, I think just the immediate idea of like we need to find things that are like this demands good jewelry. There's like a nice V-neck that has kind of like a necklace thing sewn into it where it goes deeper, but it's kind of held together a little bit by this like nice chain. Um, and you get like options from like nice cold blues and black shades to just very colorful. You see that like the lady passes you at some point just carrying this like stack of clothing and like looks over your shoulder ideas and just like Al, you get a folder. This is like a court case file sized folder. And it's like idea number one. And then like a very long list of critiques from your mother. Or rather your mother's assistants, because God forbid. Um and then just more sketches and more ideas and like fabric samples in it until finally there's like a final sketch which just looks very there's no royalty here, but this is about as royal as you can get with an outfit. It's silver, it's got like elements coming off, it's classic but just like very fancy.
Um I know we're short on time a little bit. But is there any way that we could take like one of the already like immaculate kind of jumpsuits you have and kind of simplify some of the elements from my mother's dress and put it on. So they very much look like they go together, but mine is a little bit more elegant and understated and not quite so trying to prove a point.
Of course. You see the slight widening of eyes and like, oh, insults, how fun. And she's of course that's absolutely an option. If I get enough people on it, we should manage that, no problem. If it's meant to be simplified, that's quite easy to do.
Yes. Perfect. And then I'll just pick out some a nice frilly poety shirt and vest for Saunders. It's all like blue and embroidery, and some nice matching fancy pants, and same for Monty. I'll get be a little bit more understated, a little bit more Monty, make him look a little bit like a rugged prince on the cover of a romance novel kind of vibe.
Yeah.
Like that's what we're going with for Monty.
So valid.
Yeah, definitely the bow tie is undone on the that's the vibe, party vibes, but hot.
Yes.
Uh,
Here. I feel like at one point we're just like, listen, we all know why we're really here. We want to look hotter than the host. You think you can do that?
This is, you just see more assistants are starting to get waved into the room. I'm just like, here's some extra. You get a cart of just jewelry brought in, of bracelets and anklets and necklaces and earrings and little tiaras you can put on for the outfit. It's the second they see that this is a sneaky little thing, you just have twice as many people attending to you, being like, how about we add this? Oh, how about this belt? The most attention you can get.
I think this is the first time that Drez has actually held jewelry that is not fake. He's like, this is so heavy. He's muttering things under his breath, but not loud enough for them to hear. But he's like, yes, impressive. More of this. I'm sorry, I just saw what.
Yeah, I was also looking at it. Pretty.
Oh. Yeah. We're just here to the party. Make it about
Yeah.
us.
You get a very nice choice of clothing brought in, and now it's your time to have a montage of trying on things and picking things out, and y'all can tell me what you're going with from just the racks of clothing that are being brought to you to try on.
I can go first. Okay. So Al picks out this it's a silver jumpsuit kind of deal. And then it's got it's not sparkly silver, but it's kind of shiny silver. And it's got kind of just kind of maybe a little bit thicker strap, but only on one side, so it's a one-sided strap. Silver goes down. It's got some beautiful green swirls in it, and pattern embroidered in, so that if you actually take a time to look at it, you can tell that it's all of them kind of come together to make the face of some huge mythical like dragon monster looking thing, but like super beautifully and artfully. So like there are all these tendrils everywhere, and then on the back there's that. And then I think she's just taken like the elements from her mother's dress, like all of these sequins and gemstones and whatever, and just like kind of put little touches, like a splash on the shoulder or like, you know, around the waist a little bit, so like you can tell that it's like stolen from her mom's outfit, but it like just looks so much more elegant because there's so little of it. And I think she has like insanely high heels on, but she's like really good at walking in them.
Mhm.
They're like 3-inch heels, and she's like calves for days in those heels. And then she has a silver and green armband that kind of like swirls around the arm that had the sleeve on it. And on the other one, it's just bare except for like one tiny bracelet that's like the same as the one her mom got. And like, that's it. Like, so it's like gorgeous and intricate, but like understated, simple, obviously a jab at her mom. Beautiful. She's got her hair, like probably she'll like pile it up on top of her head with like some pieces coming down. She just looks runway ready.
Yeah.
It's just that you just have like the attendants are just like standing there looking at that and then looking at the sketches, and then they just start whispering with just so much excitement. You can just hear them just going like, "Oh my god!"
I lean in and I go, and I'm making my mom pay for this too.
I have a cousin who's gonna be working at the at handing out the food, and I need her to take very very detailed notes of reactions for us.
Yeah. Okay. We'll talk because like if I see your cousin there, like we can definitely start. We can start some shit. Okay. I'll be in touch.
Yes.
That is amazing.
Oh.
I can go next.
All right.
Cool. So I think after looking at everything, also I'll describe probably at another time. She grabs some like normally hotter but normie clothes. But I think after a lot of deliberation, she chooses the clothing that best fits that clothing with the snowflakes on it. And it's like a whole bunch of silvery like blues and cool tones, quite soft and icy, but has like this jacket, but she'll be wearing it kind of as like a cape. Kind of on the shorter side, and it has some like jewelry across that like chains that connect it, and they're all designed to look like snowflakes. And then underneath is a vest that has like on the buttons also snowflakes and some like snowflake designs on the side. When I say vest, I don't know if I mean like vest or waistcoat vest. But and then a not overly billowy like she usually wears, but a nice slightly billowy dress shirt underneath that has some really nice detailing on the cuffs, and then blue, darker blue, almost kind of slate colored pants, and then some boots to go with it that has some nice little detailing. Yeah, I think that's what she grabs. With a plan.
It's a plan.
Good plan.
I think she goes up to everyone and is like, I don't know how common this is, but it'll be nice to have a little change since, I think they pulled everything out because they think that I'm an Eladrin elf. But I'm not. So I think what I might do is pull a little transformation. Show up as my usual pink self to the dinner, but then at some point change into my true changeling self. It'll match better with the
Yes.
colors.
Yeah.
Great. Yes, do it. Amazing. Incredible. So good.
Yes. We are going to be the party. I guess it's my turn.
Yeah.
Dresdor has probably tried on like 50 different outfits.
Hmm.
He's like, no, this one isn't long enough. No, this one. And like, there's just
The staff are super excited about that. They're having so much fun. Like usually people come in here like tired, complaining, and you guys have this excitement, and it's just like they're just running back and forth, being like, "Yes," and you're insulting the nobles. It's so fun for everyone.
And there's like moments where he's like flipping through his little book and he's like something like this, but maybe in like having like that shimmer to it or something, and he's tried on like capelets to suits to dresses, all of the above, and he finally gets down to a bodysuit one piece, one that covers. It is sleeveless. It covers, but it has one of those really elegant boob windows, and it is a uh he remembers the details that he told El's dad about adding color to black. So it is a sleek black bodysuit with the flowing like pant bottoms where like if you're standing there it looks like it is a dress, but like when you walk you can tell that that is pants. And then it has like that shifting like fabric tone where it has like little bits of purples and dark blues in certain lightings, and then he goes with like a cape attachment to it that has the detailing of embroidery of peacock feathers. He's never seen peacocks, but he knows about them. They are very elegant. He's never seen a peacock in his life. Only drawings, only heard about these creatures. And he's like, that's what I want to be. I want to be as elegant as a peacock. And it has the embroidery of all of the peacock feathers, and then he finds out that peacock feathers are a thing and that they have, so he has it billowed out at the bottom of the capelet so that it adds the train to it. At the bottom of the cape is like a dark blue tone, nice like velvety feeling. He goes with a For shoes. He goes with a kind of Greek style strappy sandal because at least that is the closest he can get to not having shoes. He's decked out in so much jewelry. It's, he's like, you're telling me I get to have all of this? all sorts of gold and dark obsidian colors. Uh, some like deep sapphire. Uh, yeah. I also feel like he would pick out a tiara of some kind. Because he's the baddest boy there. Not gonna say it, but y'all know what I mean. And yeah,
Yeah, they roll out like some of the things out of the way so you can do a little like like on a like a little catwalk back and forth to check yourselves out in the mirrors. And actually, as you're nearing the end of picking out your outfits, you see at some point a lady kind of looks in on what you're doing, who's definitely a noble. Al, I don't think you might have met her a couple of times because she was in the courting process with with the Belleville family here. She seems to have since moved in permanently from the look of her and just the entourage. And she kind of like looks at Aster and Draz with like a bit of confusion, trying to remember who these people are, and then sees you, and it's just like, oh, Lady Roysa, it's a pleasure to see you here. I did not know that you were in town.
Well,
And her name you will remember probably is Lilac.
yes, well, it is interesting as always to see you, Lilac. I see you brought nearly half of your palace with you to
Yes.
get tailored.
Well, I'm not gonna carry my own clothing. That would be absurd.
Yeah. Yeah. Who could be capable of carrying their own things? Truly ridiculous. What are you coming, I assume, to my family's party this evening?
Of course, it's a wonderful event, and really congratulations on the entire thing. It's great for your house.
Yeah. What? I'm curious because I like kind of lean in all conspiratorially, like, because you know how it is. What has been said about what's happening? I just want to make sure no one is bad mouthing or getting the facts incorrect. But what have you heard about what is good for my house?
Oh, I mean, I wouldn't like to repeat other people's words. You know, it's unbecoming.
I've never had that experience with you. I think you often like to repeat other people's words.
Well, that may be true. However, I just don't know. I mean, should because I have heard possibly some quite not nice things said, but mostly it's been lovely.
Yes, well then how about you only tell me the lovely parts and we'll just pretend not nice things weren't said. Okay?
Of course. Well, you know, your family's doing beautifully, then you
Oh.
quite like the fact that we're getting new parties to celebrate. And you know, your brother's whole new thing is, I guess, good for him. I mean, as much as it can be.
Imrith? Yes, well I haven't actually seen Imrith on my visit, so what is his new thing?
Oh, you haven't heard?
No, I have been away. You should try it sometime.
Dear, I don't think I would do very well with away life. It's
no, you don't. Takes a certain type and you just aren't it.
That's true. I believe that sleeping on dirt is for horses and not for people.
Oh, did you know horses actually don't sleep on dirt? They sleep standing up. Have you read a book?
I don't
Ever?
think that's true. I saw a play
Okay.
recently, and they had a horse in it, and the horse did sleep on the ground. So,
Oh, okay, great.
so who are your friends?
And what does this woman look like?
Um, she's pretty in a very prickly way, where all of her features are kind of pointed. She's a little bit bony, and she has like dark hair put up in a very big hairstyle, and just a lot of jewelry. And she is, and this is just a stroke of genius on her part that Al, you have noticed before. Her name is Lilac. Guess what color clothing she's wearing. This, and she's very proud of it. You can see that every like she's waiting for you guys to make the connection of being like, matching.
Dress has that look of distaste on his face as he looks at this woman. He's like, oh no, oh no.
Lilac, these are my friends, Venlith and Aster. They are accomplished from far and wide. They
Where's
use them
that?
for being quiet. They're used to being around a little bit more well-to-do company than yourself. I hope you aren't offended that they aren't. They did not introduce themselves to you.
No, I remember what you were like, and I imagine the people you hang out with tend to be, of a similar sort. Well, I am very surprised that your family has not yet informed you of what they're doing, since it is quite important business and everyone in town does know.
Oh, no, my dear, you misunderstood. I want to know what others are saying about what my family is doing. And also, that's a lovely shade of, what is that, lavender that you're wearing? Lavender, maybe a mauve?
I chime in next to Al. It is a horrendous color on her. Like I like do like the whispering thing, but I say it loud enough so that she can hear it.
You just see her entourage like puff up a bit.
Good. They all probably look just as terrible.
Well, Al, I won't keep you waiting if you're picking out your outfits the day off. I'm actually here to pick up a dress for dinner in 2 months because I like to prepare for things.
Well, maybe in, I'm sure whatever you pick out today will still be in style in 2 months, and you definitely won't have to get a new one. Hey, but that's okay. Maybe by then you'll have figured out how to dress yourself.
Huh. Very funny you are.
Thank you.
Okay. Bye-bye then. And she turns around and struts out. And her entourage stares you down for a bit.
Before she goes, I would like to go up to her and like kind of shake her hand, but like hold us like, it was a pleasure to meet you. And I hope you don't mind me saying this. You look like a cactus. I'd like to cast Vicious Mockery on her.
Yes.
And I mean this fully, so it doesn't go without any misunderstanding. I mean it in the way that, yes, you do look like a prick.
You're casting and you're casting Vicious Mockery?
Yes, I am.
Fantastic. I'm gonna make a wisdom saving throw. I do not imagine this woman has much wisdom in her head. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that is a 9.
It's 13. Gets 1d4. That fell. I'm just gonna reroll.
What if Aster murders this woman with just some psychic damage?
It's a D4. I don't think I'll murder this lady with a D4.
With a D4.
They usually have like 10 HP, right?
Yeah.
They're fine.
2.
She just like yanks her hand out and just goes, "Ah!"
Have a lovely day.
I look at
I will
her
be in.
I look at her with all the judgment that her entire part entourage is giving, but tenfold back. Like, don't talk to us. We're better than you, and you know it.
Well, I am gonna inform my friends back at my house of this interaction.
Friends.
Okay. Great.
Good.
She just walks out, still like trying to massage out because she very much looks like she grabbed your hand and just got like a shock of like static, but like way more painful than that. It's just like walks off. You turn back, you see Badger who's just picking out the cucumbers out of the cucumber water and just like munching on them.
Yeah, do we get to pick out an outfit for Badger?
We have a children's section if you'd be interested in clothing for your companion.
Yes, we need to make him look absolutely ravishing.
Hey, Aster, could I ask you maybe kind of a big favor?
Yeah.
I am feeling exceedingly afraid that I don't know what's going on and what the dinner's about and anything like that. Do you? I mean, I don't know your like how much you need for like changing your identity or whatever, but do you think there's any way you could like disguise yourself as a member of her entourage and then like go and ask like what is happening tonight or something like that? Like obviously she doesn't want to tell me, or like ask somebody else, or like disguise yourself as her and ask another noble out there, or like something like that so we can figure out what the fuck is going on, because I'm getting really nervous about it. And I know I'm high well because I like put on my noble thing, but like it's kind of freaking me out now because like what is happening with Imrith? Did he get engaged? That would suck. Okay, anyways, sorry. But no worries if not.
Of course.
Okay.
I just need to grab some clothes that fit whoever I'm going to impersonate, but otherwise, I got a good look at her, and that transformation's gonna be easy.
Thank you
Yeah.
so much.
Are horrendous.
Yeah, I think in addition to like any of the other clothes that I'm grabbing, I want to look for like some god awful gaudy lilac clothing,
Mm-hmm.
but like something that she would definitely think is like height of fashion.
They have like an entire section of just like lilac clothing because this woman isn't here a lot.
I go up to one of the attendants like, I'm so sorry that you have to do this.
Thank you. It's kind of you know how I don't know how long you've been here. Have you heard the bell? All of you froze for me for a moment. I don't know how long you've lived. You've been here. There's bells at every hour. They seem very loud to newcomers. It's an entire bell tower. Was built to be loud and large. But after you live here a little bit, it just starts to sound like air. And if you work here long enough, some of these people start to just sound like the bells.
Good on you guys. You shouldn't have to put up with that.
Thank you.
Bless your soul.
I give them a couple of my wonderful fashion notes and be like, feel free to use these.
Do you want them back?
Listen, I've got millions. Don't worry. Um, the store is great when people know what they're talking about.
Hmm. Well, we're always trying out new things, so if you leave some designs, we can make them into. I could these some of these are quite nice ideas.
Well, thank you. A little bashful about it.
Oh.
You know, of course, Drez has had these designs. He just doesn't really share them with other people.
You see, after you hand it to one of the attendants, after a while, you see her off in the corner just reading through them. At some point, she calls over another person to point one out.
Yeah.
And I think that's
Like, notes, there are small sketches. The full. He probably gave her like a big like rip out of his journal to her.
Well, Aster, do you need anything from us to go on this stealth mission?
I think. Are there any other like defining traits of her personality that I can take to like make it really convincing? Like what is a good reason for her to not be around her attending?
You could, like, because when they leave the shop, if they've left the shop, you could run in and be like, ugh, one of my idiot servants, like, forgot their, handbag. Is it in here? And, like, be really annoying about it. And, like, I can't deal with them. I had to, like, be pompous about it and no one will question it. And then you can just be like, also to one of the nobles, like, so what is happening tonight? She's pretty terrible. So just kind of lean in that.
And do you know do you think I should do it in this shop that we're in Ambrosia Boutique, or should I just follow them for a bit? Kind of.
I mean, whatever.
The clothing she wears is not very discreet. So wherever I go, I'm gonna stand out.
Wherever you think you can find somebody who will tell you what's going on, like any other noble out there who looks equally as smart and vain as her, is probably a good bet for getting the information.
Cool. All right, let's do this. I think I go into one of the fitting rooms and I put on this like I love lilacs. Out of character, I love lilacs. I don't love Lilac the person. So I put on god awful gown of like gaudy lilac, and it has like really bad placement embellishments and stuff. And then I would like to transform into lilac. And I step out. Like, I'm not sure if you've noticed, but I really don't like feminine clothes. But I'll do it for this. I do it for the kids, and I do it for this.
Thank you. I owe you one.
Yeah, no problem. Where do you want to meet after all of this?
Well, Drez and I can get Badger's clothes, and we can bring yours out. We can just meet. Let's meet at the apple cart where I talked to that guy about what was going on. It's just like 2 blocks up the street. Okay.
Cool. I'm gonna step out of the store.
Okay. You're immediately just like a lot of different boutiques and stores. There's some like specific ones for like this is where you get handbags or belts or vests, like very specific elements. And then if you walk on a bit further, you're gonna get into like the dinners and garden, like little like public gardens and like places where you can go and just sit around and talk to people. They're also like in the fancy part of town.
Do I see Lilac coming out or going into any place?
You don't see when she left, like when you pass through the store, she's not there. She seems to have left somewhere. You don't see her walking around anywhere, and she has that humongous entourage, so you would probably notice her if she was around.
Mm-hmm. I think I'm gonna look for a shoe store.
Mm-hmm.
And go into there.
Okay. Yeah, there's honestly you don't even need to like look for one because it's just shop district. There's like 5 different ones for shoes. And you just you know how you guys entered and there was just like a nice lady who came up to you and just this air of like everything's busy but we're just gonna help you out. The moment you enter as Lilac, there's just this air of like, not again.
So I came in the other day and you know the shoes that I was looking at?
Yes, Lady Belleville.
I want them in a different shade.
Lilac.
A different shade?
Yes, I want them in a different color. That'll go with my gown.
This has never happened before.
I want it in lilac. Just not that lilac.
Of course. Okay. Okay, my lady. I'll if you would just wait right here, I'll bring you the other lilac options.
You know what
Thank
she
you.
reminds me of? She reminds me of rich people who wear like the solid colors, but none of it goes together. Like they buy all the designer clothing, but none of it goes together, and it's not a fit at all.
100%.
That's what she reminds me of.
Absolutely.
One shade, none of
Shade.
it goes together. It all looks horrendous.
Can I kind of look around at the attendants and try to see who is the most like easy to crumble if I ask them a whole bunch of questions about what's going on?
Yeah, sure. You can make me like an insight check on just the employees to see who's the most chatty.
Cool. 15?
Yeah, there's most of them are kind of trying to like it's the beginning song of Les Miserables and they're all like trying to keep their gaze fixed on the ground. So it's just to just avoid this woman. But there's like 2 ladies hanging out who kind of seem to be like looking over at you with this like, oh, there's like maybe there's new gossip, because there's a lot of them are like just trying to avoid getting yelled at or something, but these two seem to be quite excited about the fact that you might possibly bring interesting news, as if they're used to this, to Lilac coming in and just loudly announcing like complaints about life.
I'm gonna just walk up to them and say, Bill, tell me everything.
About the shoes?
No, you know what I want.
Give me the deets.
And it's not the shoe.
I'm trying to figure out if this is intimidating, because it kind of is. Yeah, yeah. You can make me a good old intimidation roll, because I would be scared.
Diddly darn it. 6.
There's a stand outside that closed. We have a new line of shoes in, if you want to take a look at that.
I just had an altercation with people from the Roysa family, and someone called me a cactus. And you know, everyone knows, I'm not a cactus, I'm Lilac. Cactus is not my name. Lilac is my name. They're like illiterate or something. Anyway, I need to know what's happening at the Roysa dinner tonight, or I don't know what'll happen. Even if I find out what happens, I'm probably still gonna do something, because people need to know my name. And I like point at a random person, like, what is my name?
Lady Lilac?
Correct. I turn back to the two people in front of me. Tell me everything that's going down tonight. Who, what, where, and why. Because my name is not Cactus. It's not Prick. It's not Hyacinth. It's Lilac.
Well, the plenty of people have been coming in to purchase things for the dinner. It's the Royces are leading in the new patronage law, and it's meant to be a celebration of that.
Okay. What's up with the older brother?
We don't know.
You don't know? Then what is your use?
Sorry, things froze for me again.
It's all good.
I am back.
So they know nothing about the brother and his stuff?
They look like they definitely know more than they're letting on, but right now they're kind of they seem to want something in return, or to be they're not intimidated enough by it. It seems like the cactus insult was good enough that they're like half intimidated and half just like trying really hard not to laugh. So they're just like, but you definitely see recognition in their eyes when you mention like what's happening beyond just what the dinner is like actually officially about.
I need to know what's happening with the brother, because, I don't think about these things. Because once they go in my head, they go out once I say it out loud. I don't have notes for these things. All my attendants have notes for these things, and they're not here right now. So, I need you to tell me what's up with the brother, because I need to know everything that's happening with every single boy in this town that's eligible. And he fits my color scheme. I have no idea what his color scheme is.
You see, one of them is just like turns to the other one and gives him like a look, and the other one turns back and gives the look back, and it's just like, well, I'm sure you could ask your husband about the. But that's if he like they're just like looking at people being like, what did you say?
My husband's not here right now. Tell me about the boy.
Aster is gonna start a scandal.
Do I look
Yes!
We're gonna ruin this woman's life. Yes, and I'm here for
Go
it.
off.
And I assume I have very pointy nails
Mm-hmm.
because
Yes.
she's a cactus. She's a lilac cactus. I put them on their shoulder and like do that really slow, like, tell me about the boy. Or I will come here more often than I do.
Well, I suppose if you're looking for men in during your marriage, that I mean that could be a good choice. Now, I mean, in a month more than now, with the whole courting thing, it does seem not a good idea to start an affair with an unmarried person.
There's a court. I don't have calendars in my house.
I don't keep track of that.
I don't look at the moon. She doesn't put my dresses in a good light. What's the courting thing?
I didn't do well in my studies.
Obviously had it easy and didn't have to go through as much work as everyone else during that whole thing. So, what's the courting thing? I had a fast pass.
This is killing me so much. Do you have inspiration? Because I'm gonna give you inspiration if you don't have inspiration, because this is fucking killing me.
I do not.
You have some now.
Thank you.
I really want to just get a wallpaper of just like, I don't have calendars in my house.
Make stickers.
40 bedrooms and a single calendar.
I love that Astra has to keep playing like the dumb bimbo characters for us.
It's like such a
So good.
skill. This is what Astra has expertise in.
Yes, it's so funny.
Oh man. Oh, this is funny. This is too good.
What's the courting thing?
The Royce-san, he's courting Lady Vespa, the youngest one. Her name is Emily, because of the patronage thing. And apparently he's not all too happy about it. So if you're looking for an affair, that could be a very good for a dinner member person to speak to. Maybe he can buy you a calendar.
Weren't you listening? I don't have calendars in my house. You guys are no help. I don't even want the shoes anymore. And I walk out. I'm leaving a bad review.
I'm telling everybody on the Insta board about this. All of my followers are gonna know about this.
In the meantime, yeah.
I want to find I'm sure this place doesn't have alleys, but I want to find the nearest place I can change out of these clothes as fast as I can and switch back.
Yeah, this is a very like Italian style town where it's just like there's a lot of just like small passages in between shops where you can go and you can't really like spread out your arms fully. So it's like fully dark, very small passage out of view. In the meantime, what did you guys pick out for Badger Bong Water in the child section of the boutique?
Well, I feel like I assist Badger Bongwater in what he picks out, but also I want him to be a free spirit. I want him to pick out his own clothes that vibe with him. We also look for the biggest hat for him. So that he can keep shoving things under there.
Yeah.
It's kind of
everything has pockets, so he can shove whatever he takes in his pocket.
Like he's looking for he's already got 2 vests, so I think he's trying to find like a kid's jacket of some sort. And you see he's just looking for like he sees one that just has like buttons on it, and then he gets really excited about the idea of buttons. And just starts looking for like the most buttons he can find on a jacket. And then he just finds like one of those big like displays of like here's where you have like extra buttons if like one falls off, and he just starts like getting them to like put them on a jacket, so it's just entirely covered in different shiny buttons.
Okay, so when he starts doing that, I'm gonna like call over one of the tailors and be like, can you put as many buttons on this jacket as possible? Like, he wants to shine in buttons.
As many as possible so it looks nice, or as many as possible as in as many as I can fit on it?
I look at Badger Bongwater. I look at the buttons in his hands. And I'm like, he doesn't seem like he wants to look nice, right? I'm assuming.
No, he's grabbing like every single button that there is.
Like, if you want to make it look nice, but as many buttons as possible. Many shinies in buttons.
Okay. And then it's like a 10-minute process of just Badger and the attendant trying to like, because she has to take the buttons to sew them on, and he doesn't like really get that. Like he knows he needs to let go of them so they go on the jacket, but then it's like it's his buttons, so he ends up just standing very, very carefully watching the process. There's also some great hats with like feathers out of them.
Yes.
And you see, the hat he picks when you let him pick a hat, I think he tries to find something that kind of matches all of you. So people see that he's like accompanying. And I think by the end of the process of getting Badger dressed, he has like roll up the sleeves a little bit. I think Aster's probably back by the end of that process as you're watching Badger strut around on the catwalk.
Also,
I'm
these
never
are
doing this again.
these are
Actually, I
also-
probably will.
These are outfits we are just buying, right? These were off the rack. Okay.
Yep.
Can Drez also just like buy some embroidery thread from them?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, he would like to get some golden embroidery thread from them. You know, to add his own personal touches. He is a fashionista.
Absolutely.
Aster, what did you learn?
So tonight's dinner just kind of, it wasn't as, it was straightforward what I found out. There's nothing too secret or like more than just it's a dinner to celebrate the patronage law, because your parents are the people leading that. That's not the worst thing right now. How much do you love your brother?
I mean, he's my brother, so I love him, but he's also like kind of my least favorite sibling.
So, your brother is courting the youngest Vespa, Emily. Something's going down in a month, but he's courting her purely because of your family's patronage law. And apparently he's extremely unhappy about it. I don't know what's up,
Oh.
but that's what's going down. I don't know what your relationship with the Vespas are, because I don't know these politics, but
Okay, thank you for finding that out. Holy shit. Okay. This dinner got a lot more important. Oh man, I was hoping Amareth was out of town. Ugh, okay. No, this is fine. And Al's just kind of like mumbling quietly to herself, like, no, oh man. Oh, I mean, well, yeah, just like trying to comprehend all of the different possibilities for what that might mean.
I put my hand on Al's shoulder and I look at my hand for a hot sec. Remember what happened a few minutes ago? Kind of shake it and then put it back on. I was like, I hope this can help you feel better. I did not know that Lilac was married, so I may have started a very public idea that she wants to have an affair. And your brother is one of the people that she's considering.
You did? Oh my god, that's the best thing. Okay, so like her family is like super like blah, blah, blah. But then if there's like hello, but she was going around asking for an affair, then like that's gonna be a big deal. And so then tonight at the party, everybody's gonna be like because then 100% like we're gonna get out by then. And like I turn to the other attendants in the shop and I'm like, did you hear that Lilac is trying to have an affair with my brother? Wild, right?
No.
And like I just like I know.
Yeah, she
She's
like went up to
married.
like different store attendants, is like, tell me about the boy. I need to know everything about all of the eligible bachelors in town. She's like looking at everyone. but like specifically her older brother.
Are we saying this loud enough that other nobles around us hear
Oh
this?
yeah.
Yes.
There's definitely nobles who are just like turning around, giving like this kind of like, what?
God, can you believe somebody could be totally so unfaithful to such a loving husband? Oh.
Well, anyways, I mean, I don't want to spread too much gossip, of course, so I trust you all keep this to yourselves.
I kinda
Spread
like-
big wildfire.
You see just people just shuffling out of the door, like bustling with energy to just like, walk out and tell everyone they meet.
Aster, I love you so much. Lilac bullied me so much as a kid. So thank you. Which also is kind of, I mean, I think it speaks more to me that she was even able to bully me because she is dumb. She's really dumb. Oh my god. Should not have let her get to me like that.
Most of
So
what
thank
I
you.
said was just me guessing, because I don't know what level of dumb she is, but I think it worked out. So let's just hope she doesn't have calendars in her house.
Okay, let's. What time of day is it right now? Do we got to boogie back immediately for the dinner?
I think you might still have some time because it's like the dinner is starting soon, but you can be fashionably late because most people are going to be fashionably late.
Okay, cool.
And I think we also might be taking a break now because we're at halftime.
Oh yeah.
Break time. Oh man, I'm so excited. We will see you all
In like
in
10
a bit.
minutes.
Yeah,
Yes.
10-ish minutes.
Yay. I have to say.
Nice.
No.
Okay, we are on break. Oh. Y'all can still hear all of us. Oh no.
Oh no.
I like that the fun fact is a dumpster can be a treasure trove for those who are willing to get their hands dirty.
The Sims.
Graphic design is my passion.
This is beautiful.
I don't have calendars in my house.
Lilac.
Oh, we're still audible. That's funky.
Mm-hmm. Well, should we all individually mute and then come back in 10 minutes?
Okie
Yeah.
dokie.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine.
Cool.
Okay. Cool.
10 minutes.
All right. Hello, everybody.
Hello,
Hey.
We're back.
we are back.
Ready to get into this mess.
So you have your snazzy new outfits. You're looking beautiful and stunning. You're just gonna walk back through town in them, or are you putting them in bags and changing at the estate?
I'm definitely putting mine in a bag. I have work to add to it.
Yeah, we can change at my family's place.
Mhm.
I'm going to ask Al. Do you know if there's like a gem somewhere to buy gems around here?
Do you want like I mean, yeah, but are you looking for like fake kind of like glassy gems? Are you looking for like really big expensive like refined gems for jewelry? Are you looking for just jewelry?
Something to smash up.
Something to smash up. For what?
So, okay, so you know how I did this whole thing with the black in my hair?
Yeah.
I want to do a similar effect, but something that sparkles. I feel like if we make something that sparkles, it will have like that iridescent, like, how did they do that touch, you know?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay, so we probably shouldn't get like a really expensive gem then. But we can go yeah, I know a little shop. I
I'm
think
pretty
I'll
sure. Well, to Drez's knowledge, he still thinks he has like those pieces of glass, but as the player, I'm pretty sure that Badger Bongwater stole those from him.
Yeah.
sounds right.
It's like he's like looking through his bag and he's like, "Huh, I must have dropped them at some point. I had those pieces of colored glass, but I don't have them anymore."
Okay. Yeah, I will take you somewhere. I will lead us to like a cheap jeweler, probably like not one that the nobles go to, but one that
Mm.
like Mac probably took me to once to like get a new necklace or something. Like yeah, we could probably find some cheaper uncut gems to powder.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, there's you have to take a little bit of a walk because there's a very clear divide between like where the nobles are and where the nobles are not. And you come to this nice corner store. There's like a younger kind of like teenager working at the counter, um, who you yeah last time you were here this was like I don't think they were working here yet. But they do just recognize you and just give like an excited like curtsy of being like, oh my god, fancy people at my store. Um, and they just like kind of like see you coming and like kind of barrel out to open a door, and then you come in faster than they can like move from behind the counter. They're just like, Lady Alicia, this is uh welcome.
Thank
I
you.
I heard you've been here before. My grandfather told me that you've purchased things here.
Oh,
Yeah, this place. It's a great little store. You should be really proud of it.
Thank you.
So
What are you looking for?
my friend wants like powdered dust to make their hair sparkly. Do, does does that make sense, Venlith? What you asked for?
hello. Yes. Hello. I'm looking
Hello.
for whether or not I mean, it doesn't have to be powdered. I can powder it myself. But just something that looks nice. That is in either a bluish or a purplish tone. Perhaps iridescent.
We have blue quartz. That's a nice pale blue, or well, if you want to powder um, too resistant to being powdered. So probably something on the cheaper side, so it's not, so it doesn't break the tool. Do you want to powder it yourself, or do you want us to powder it for you?
I mean, if you would like to powder it, that would be a lot less work for me.
Sure, I can absolutely do that. You have from these range anywhere from 10 gold pieces to 100, depending on your pick. But the cheaper ones would probably work best for being powdered.
All right, we'll go with that. I will pick up whatever I can that is in that bluish, purplish tone that I'm looking for. And
Yeah, there's some nice like blue quartz and some amethyst hanging out.
all right, cool. And how much is that gonna be?
He says 10, and then it's like looks at Al's like it could be 7.
10's great. 10's great. I got it. Sorry, I called you your surname. That's weird. Venlith. Venlith Drez. It's on me, and I give 12 gold over. Be like, thank you, just as a tip for powdering. That's really kind of you to offer.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
There's a selection of jewelry over on the side. I'll take this back to powder. And they just walk behind the back room.
This kid is too cute.
Okay.
Can I go look at the jewelry?
Yeah, of course. It's like it's clearly handmade and made quite well, but it's very different from like where you just were, where it was like we had like 5 people holding this to put in the tiniest thread to make it the ideal thing. Like every one of these items is different and unique in a way that is like, oh, someone made this. It's not made to look like it was made by a craftsman so good that you can't tell it apart from a natural creation of wonder. It's just jewelry made by someone who enjoyed making it. And there's earrings, there's bracelets, there's some very nice pieces of necklaces and earrings, like made out of a kind of either copper or like something close to iron, where it's like a wire and it like goes around inset gemstones. And you have a lot of different colors and a lot of different gemstones that are like in funky shapes of like, this is how it came into the store and it looks nice, and it makes every one of them look very different, even if it's like the same design of the band.
I'm gonna peer in and look at like anything that's blue or somewhat celestial. If there's something that like kind of blue and shaped like the moon or the stars. As like a necklace.
Yeah, there's a very nice one with I'm looking at, I have a fun list of gemstones here. I don't know. How do you pronounce azurite? Is that just azurite? Is that a gemstone name? It's a deep blue one. It's pretty. Yeah, there's one like that that's kind of star shaped.
Okay. I think when they come back I'll try to I'll ask for that, and then if there's any just like simple rings, I'll just like take 3 and buy them when they come back out.
Badger Bogwater just looks at you and just points at the jewelry and then just opens a pocket.
Oh no, we're not doing that. These people work hard to earn their wages, very fair wages. We're not stealing from this establishment. If we find a place that actually, hey, Al, do you know what Lilac's husband does, or like does their family own any businesses?
Yeah, what do I know about the Lilac family?
Lilac is from the Belvilles, which I think she's married to one of the like less important brothers from the Belleville family. But they're very like arts people, very like some of them, you know, are to be playwrights or theater owners. And a lot of them are just like the types of people who are like, I want to order like 50 painters to come here and just make things for me, and I'm just going to pay them for that. And they deal in buying and selling art as well, and just kind of anything that looks nice and shiny.
Okay. Yeah, the Belvilles, I mean, her husband isn't actually that important. In the term of nobles, like, I mean, all people are like inherently important and valuable, but like in the scope of nobles, like not a big name. But their whole thing is they deal in kind of like different arts, commissioning, buying and selling pieces. You know, make donations to museums or like temples. You know, as like you know, get a statue of a deity commissioned and then donate it to the temple. You know, they don't do like, they don't have stores really. They're more like, we're gonna trade paintings among other noble families. But look, if there's something to steal, I'll find it for you.
Please, just anyone who like, mostly, and I point over to Badger Bongward, like I there is a demand and a need, and I'm trying to say no to most of the places that I feel like do not deserve to have that happen. But if there's anyone who bullied you as a kid, or just have been rude to you, that owns a place that has something that's stealable that can also fit in Badger Bongwater's pockets, let me know.
Yeah.
He needs to get his fix.
Sure. I'll tell you one thing. There's going to be a lot of jewelry at the dinner tonight, and a lot of shaking hands, and a lot of, oh, I can hold that for you. Will you go to the bathroom? Because I'm just a good friend, and you can snag stuff. So there will be time tonight at the party. Just, again, not anything obvious. And I turned to Badger. Not anything obvious. Just something, you could steal a full couch and no one would notice, but nothing on a pedestal. Okay. Sorry.
I turned to Badger. It's like, tonight, if you can wait until tonight, you can take almost anything you want from anyone that you do not recognize as one of us at tonight's dinner party. Just go under the table, I don't know what. Sticky finger that stuff.
Don't steal from happy people. Nobles are not happy people. They're very sad.
You see Badger just like stare off into the distance, imagining tonight.
It's worth it. It's worth it. It's like that scene from Charlotte's Web. It's a veritable smorgasbord.
Yep.
The kid comes back with also a very nice box for the ground up thing and hands it to you. and then kind of are you buying that?
Oh yeah, I'd like to buy this Azurite pendant and it's like a few of these rings. If that is possible.
Okay. That would be 15 gold pieces if that's all right.
Yeah, that's fine. Hand them over.
Yeah. I can package it.
I'll just wear them out. Thank you.
Frozen.
Just a reminder, everybody, we're having some technical difficulties this stream as Gabba
Shocking.
is away
Yeah.
from home.
Oh,
So just a reminder that if Gabba
Yeah.
freezes, it's because the Wi-Fi there is not that great.
Thank you, Italians. I can mostly hear you guys. It's just every now and then things kind of freeze for like 2 seconds, and then it just takes some time to load. I am getting most of it though.
Thank you,
This is not the worst internet I've dealt with. They're nice people. It's a nice country. Really, really warm.
But yeah, you don't need to package
Alright.
them. I'll just wear them out. Don't worry.
Okay. Thank you very much for coming in here.
you have a great selection. Thank you.
Thank you. See, it just kind of as you start walking out, this kid just stands and just goes, okay.
Poor kid, giving him a heart attack. Alright.
He'll manage.
All right, unless there's anything else, we can go back and get ready.
Yes.
Okay. We can lead them back.
Actually, I don't know if this is something for today or for another day. I really would love to get a pan flute one of these days, or a shawm. They're just two instruments that I know how to play, but I just don't have them yet. Because I would borrow some of my guild members' instruments.
Could probably do that sometime.
Yeah.
Doesn't have to be today.
I mean, when we go see a play, we can go like through the arts district, and there'll be a ton of different music stores that you can get
Perfect.
instruments at.
Then I'm good to go.
Okay. This way.
Awesome.
I think you notice coming back, what you've missed so far is that there's actually been some guards from the estate that have just been following the three of you around at a bit of a distance that you notice as you're coming back, that they're also just turning around with you.
Could I make a perception check for
Mm.
people, any people, other
Yeah,
people?
go off.
Oh, okay, that's an 18 plus a lot of things, probably. 18 plus 3, so 21, right? Yeah.
Actually, for the first time in a while, you are happy to find that you're not being watched here right now. There's your attempts at stealthily moving through the crowd have apparently managed to get you lost enough that you don't have eyes on you right now except for the guards from the estate.
As we
There's a little pep in Drez's step as we're walking.
I want to like kind of fall in step with the guards and be like, "Hey, what are your names?" Mine's Al. You probably knew that.
Yes, my lady, my apologies. We were supposed to remain at a distance from you so that we wouldn't bother. I think well, that wasn't the exact words used, but we My apologies if we've disturbed you.
It's no trouble. I just wanted to, make sure y'all were doing good. Sorry, we've been walking around for a while. We didn't get any food. Do you want me to get you like a churro or like a sticky bun on the way back? I don't want you to go hungry just watching me walk around shopping. That must be super boring. I'd be happy to get you a treat.
If you're, and then the other one just goes like, you we're a bit hungry. That's fine with you.
Come on, point out on the way anything that looks good, and I will happily get it. These are my friends, by the way. They're super cool. Oh, was it my dad or my mom who sent you out? It's if you can't tell me, that's fine. I was just curious. I'm not mad or anything, or I won't like give you a bad report or nothing.
We actually, your parents both told us to keep an eye out. Yes.
Oh, it's pretty intimidating when there's the both of them talking to you. That's a lot. So good for you for sticking it out. All right, let's go. And just as we walk, I'll like start buying sticky buns and like some of those like spiced nuts in like the little toasty bags, and like, here you go, just kind of passing them through.
You see, like there's the one guy who is clearly a new hire who is just keeps turning to the other ones and being like, "Is this like a trick about to get fired?" And they're like, "No, this is fine. This is normal. This is normal behavior." And they're just stuffing their faces with sweet buns.
All right, well, sorry I had you out on your feet all day. Had I known, we would have kept it short. I didn't want to disrupt your routine, and I know everything at the house is super busy. So thanks for keeping an eye out. I really appreciate it. Okay, in the future, if you're assigned to me again, could you just give me a heads up so I know? Just so I don't, be unnecessarily long in my thing. Because I know y'all have like jobs and lives and stuff, so I don't want to keep you. So if you could just say, "Hey, we're following you out into the city today," that would be great, just so I know.
Of course. It's just that the Lord and the Lady did give us very specific instructions not to have you know you were being followed, and they did say it very, very threateningly. So it's I guess we were a bit scared to communicate that.
Yeah, no, that's really fair. That's really fair. My parents are kind of a lot. They don't have to know. I won't tell them that that I saw you if you don't tell them that you'll let me know. And we'll call it even. Then neither of us will get in trouble.
That's smart. Okay.
Okay, great. Thank you so much. All right, let's go.
Onwards.
Hey Gabba, can I make a perception check just to like look at the different people around?
Yeah, absolutely.
I just want to look at people.
Sure, people watching is so fun.
Okay. Wait. Okay. What is the oh, do I really want to use my inspiration on this? No. Okay. 12.
12 is good. 12's good.
Okay.
You have eyes and there's people. There's some of this that you would see. There's some of this that you would see anyway to roll a perception check. This is a very nice town for people watching. And as you're making your way closer to the estates, it does get more on the like, you're either getting a merchant who's going to drop off a delivery, or a servant to a noble house, or just a noble. But a lot of the nobles travel in like carts or carriages, because fancy carts. But when you're passing through like the more interesting parts of the city, it's like you just get like very strong contrasts because there's like kids running around. There's basically every race that's not like extremely rare. You just kind of can see in passing, and a lot of people hanging out who look very different from each other because of how there's really no like divide when you're passing through the main streets of like unless like I believe I might have frozen for 5 seconds because no one's moving on my screen.
Yep.
Am I back to not being frozen?
Yes.
Great. Like there's really just a lack of a divide as you're walking down the street. Like you see a woman pass you in like a very fine embroidered dress with like 4 people after her carrying things around, which is just like just the you're not in a carriage being transported away from sight. And then after that, it's just a group of like some humans and elves and dwarves walking together, like very sweaty from what looks to be a construction site. And one of them is like humming a tune. You have some children run past you, chasing a ball, and then 2 adults chasing after the children, trying to get them not to run directly through the middle of the street. And it's just like a very nice collage of different walks of life on one main street, especially on the main street. Like you can just turn to any side and you will see someone who looks very unique on the background, but because everyone looks so different, it's like it works together.
Cool. That's sweet. That's all I wanted.
Dope.
One of the kids just like kicks the ball over Badger Bong Water, and he's just so excitingly kicks it back.
To get Badger into hacky sack.
Is Badger Bongwater wearing his fancy button coat?
Yeah, I think he would just put it on immediately. It's got so many buttons on it.
And his big fancy hat?
And his big fancy hat. He's keeping his beret under the big hat.
Oh, love that.
So he's got his old vest, his new vest, a jacket with buttons on it, and then a beret and the hat.
Perfect. Immaculate vibes.
So much.
At some point, he chases a pigeon down, tries really hard to catch the pigeon and put it under the hat. Doesn't exactly go his way, but he's trying. And as you're nearing your family's estate, there's already kind of a gathering. Not like fully. It seems that like the most important people haven't arrived yet. It's just like the people who can't afford to be fashionably late to an event such as this, who are already there with some carriages waiting out. Like people just moving in through to the stables. And just a lot of it's like these parties you tend to have more people coming in because everyone needs to bring like their entire like everyone working for them at their estate. So you have like 2 people coming in and like 10 people behind them. So it's a crowd. Even though it's not that many people coming in, it's like it's a big crowd already. It suddenly makes sense why this house is so big.
I'll take us in through like a little side entrance so people don't see us without our fancy clothes on, and like lead us through back alleys, like back stairways and servants' corridors to get us up to our wing. Okay, I think we probably have about like 10-15 minutes ish before like again, everybody is important, but like important people start showing up and we'd have to be down. So we can get ready.
Awesome.
Drez is gonna take most of that time adding his flair to his costume with the golden embroidery thread. At first he doesn't exactly, he's just at first just kind of adding loops, and unknowingly he starts shaping that symbol. He has no idea what it's for, that he has, that he believes is connected to the Seekers, but it's different. And he does that along the peacock embroidery that he sees, but he does it in a little circle. So each of those circles look like they have this eye in the middle of it.
Trez, once you're done with that, would you mind? And I hold out like my axes and my hammer and show you the little rune marking on them and be like, would you mind just kind of embroidering it like up on my shoulder, right here?
Or I would love to do. I will
Okay.
add to any adjustments.
Yeah.
For everybody.
Just because they made me do stuff and I can't have my weapons down there, and like if something goes wrong, I don't know if they'll work. No, but it makes me feel a little bit better. I mean, I don't know what they mean, but thanks.
That's understandable. I get that. I will also do that. I would also like to add, because I said that it was a one piece, Drez just takes like scissors to the back of the one piece. And you know how like the Virgin Killer sweaters have like that open back to it? He does that. He cuts the big hole to the back and then hems it off with the embroidery thread, making it look nice. He's a little nervous about it, but he's like, "It's fine. It'll be fine. I'll have a cape on. Nobody's gonna see anything."
Yeah. Okay, I feel like I'll like gather everybody together and we're all dressed and be like, okay, Monty, you stay with Sandor because Sandor knows how to do parties. You two stay with me, and we'll make it through. If we have any questions, you can just kind of whisper in my ear. Remember, if somebody is mean to you, you can't be overtly mean back. You have to do that nice kind of nice mean back. Or just send them to me, and I'll take care of it. Okay, let's go. This is gonna suck. I mean, maybe it won't. It'll be great. Let's go.
All right.
I would also
How
like
many
to
people
add-
can I?
Oh, I was just gonna say, if everybody would let them, Dresdor would love to do everybody's hair.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
All sorts of any like high buns or fancy braids. Dres does it all.
Beautiful.
He would also wash out his hair so that he can take part of that hair wax that he set to the side and then put the crushed gems in it to add that little bit of sparkle. And his hair would be back to the ombre of white and black. Because, he figures, I'm inside, nobody's gonna see me.
Exactly. Perfect.
I think probably Esther requests kind of like she has shorter hair and likes to keep it in a ponytail mostly, but like has like little like swoopy bits in the front. I think for today, maybe just still ponytail, but like slicked back and maybe just like one side just kind of tastefully there. But I was wondering, hey Al, how many people do you think I can vicious mockery tonight without being noticed?
Well, it depends on who you get.
Probably not your parents.
Not
I
my
don't-
parents. No, and not the Vespas either. No. If you want to, just get. Oh, here's what we'll do. If you want to vicious mockery someone, and then you can like look at me, and if I wink, then like yeah, you can do it, and it'll be our little code.
Perfect.
Great. Like most people, you can't, but like if they look maybe a little bit too important, like they might call for your head. If that happens, I'll let you know.
Thank you.
Okay, let's do this. Go team.
As you make your way down, there is like a nice violin number playing, and you are announced with your with names you gave, which for Alice actual name, for you guys fake names, with the announcer who has a very booming voice that kind of spells out, and definitely the moment Roysa is announced, heads turn, and a lot of people are like whispering amongst themselves because again, Al has not been back for a bit. But there is enough excitement in the room that you manage to enter kind of without causing a great like disturbance in the party, because the party is fine. Like there's like people with trays of food and drink just walking like very, very skillfully between the humongous crowd. And all of the like servants and waiters and musicians have outfits to match the family colors. They all have like the silver accents, but obviously not as fancy as to like let them be associated with the family. And everyone is dressed to an absolute degree of what you saw in the boutique, but more, because the dresses are all like just overdone. And there's like ice sculptures and food tables with food and places to sit and talk and places to dance, and like just 4 different bands in different corners, because if you walk far enough, it's far away that you can't even hear the first band that well. And it's just, and there's probably some nice magical effects too to make it look like beyond the point of reality, where you just have shining lights and like beautiful smells, and everything just looks polished like an oil painting you would see in a gallery of like, here's the event of the century, and it's just a dinner. It's literally just a dinner. This isn't even the biggest gala that this family has thrown. It's a dinner, and it looks so fancy in just every corner of the room. And this is something that I can say to to Al's parents, who are just horrible people, but damn, top notch. Like there's not a thing out of place here. If there's a thing out of place, it will be deleted immediately.
I think as we're like walking out, we're still kind of like in a trio, and if there's still like a few eyes on us, I do that change of going from Eladrin elf to my natural changeling form.
That gets you gasps.
Are we the best looking people here? Is our
I would say you have right now, yeah, definitely. They're the finest people. Are some of them still yet to arrive? And those may be they may be contenders, but you are looking so good, and with that like dramatic flair, fantastic.
I am sparkling from head to toe. So I would also like to think I've applied that weird gem glitter to also my makeup, and like the body glitter, like like the early 90s or the late 90s, just like the body glitter. I want to be shimmering and look like a piece of art, but also untouchable. So look at me.
Extremely valid.
Look at me.
you get with that entrance, you just start having people coming up to you saying hi to the point where it's not even worth mentioning who you meet because it's just like you just have someone come up to you, curtsy, shake your hand, say a surname, compliment you. And these are the people who don't give you many backhanded compliments. Because even though a lot of them look at Al and therefore at you with this kind of like they can't even the barely liked people, they can't really afford to insult to their face. But you see them as they say goodbye to you, just walk.
Do we? Boop boop boo, boop boop boo. Do
Oop.
we? Oh, there we go. Do we see Al's parents within the crowd?
Not yet, but I would say that you can probably see Al's brother.
Imrit.
I don't know what Al's brother looks like, so.
What does he look like?
I would say, well, the rest of the family
What
is
vibe
like,
does he give off?
well, the rest of the family is like a deep royal purple, and Al's kind of like a less fancy purple. Imrith is like bright hot pink. Like Imrith is just like bright pink and like owns it so well. Like you can tell, like loves to be the center of attention. I feel like he's probably in like a solid silver suit. Like and is like has a, you know, like a martini glass and is just like in the middle of the room, like all suave with his glass, like, oh well, blah blah blah, and then like everyone around him laughs and he's just like so fucking smug about it. Like this man loves to be the center of attention and will make anything about him.
Can I make an insight vibe check for this guy? I need.
Yeah.
I this might. I just want to know, or not. You know?
I think we might figure out why he doesn't want to marry Emily, because he might be. He definitely has that feel.
Can I?
Yeah, sure, you can.
Perfect.
Can I also insight
Yeah.
him? Oh, well, that's not great. I hope you rolled better than I did. Oh, but I have a +7.
I got a 17.
I got 15. I rolled an 8 +7.
Holy shit! I only have a +1.
Damn.
I think that's the one that I have expertise with.
Damn.
Special feat.
Damn.
I want weigh in from the sister here.
Yeah, I think like he's not straight, but like it's like for sure pan, like, and like is very cavalier about it. Like everyone knows this, like has definitely like we're a courting family, right? It's like you have to court, but like has been around town with several noble children, like other nobles' kids, you know? Like,
I would
yeah.
say he's attracted to attention from just
Yes.
like.
Yep. Just all he wants is somebody to think he is a god, basically. Yeah.
Another inside check to see if he's the kind of person to have an affair with a married woman.
I can tell you, yes. 100%. That's you don't need to make a check for that. Like, absolutely not.
Okay. I had to like go over to Al. I'm like, your brother is interesting.
I'm gonna.
One word for it.
Your brother's kind of a little hot.
Ugh, not you too. Ah.
Not my type.
Look,
And by type, I mean man.
no.
A man that can dress himself and then has all the come on.
He did not
What?
dress himself though.
Okay, well, you know what I mean.
Freaking Lord Byron over here.
Right.
Just don't. All you want. Just please don't sleep with my brother. That's all I ask. That is the rules I have set.
All right.
Okay.
Besties don't sleep
Off
with
limits.
besties.
Off limits.
Great.
We'll stay off limits.
Okay. Again, flirt away. He's like really good at it. I mean, you know, right, but like, it's like that could be something fun if you want. But like,
Kissy
please no
go.
more. Okay. I'm gonna go talk to Imrith. You can come with and introduce yourselves if you want.
We'll be
Sure.
there for moral support.
Okay, let's do this. All right.
He's like in the middle of telling a story, and people are like laughing, and he sees you approach, and he finishes off the bit of the story he was telling first, and he just goes like, "Excuse me for a moment, Al." And he hands like he shakes your hands and just goes, Emer Forsa, pleasure to meet you.
Likewise.
Yes. Pleasure. Yes. Yep.
Those are some wonderful people you've brought with yourself.
Yeah. Seems like your crowd is also. Well, I wouldn't quite use the word wonderful. Maybe a different word, but how's Emily? She around?
Not yet.
Can I get a read on his body language?
Yeah, sure. I'll tell you just from just how he's standing before you make a roll. He is like the top nobles, really good at just to the outside world, seeming like in terms of body language, very relaxed. Like nothing is moving him. At least for anyone watching you talk from afar.
That's a nat 20.
Ooh.
Okay. You know how there's this thing where people talk to Al that her parents have, that everyone has, that's just like nobility, like we don't care about you because you're not useful, because you don't play our game, because there's nothing that I will ever need from you, because you've chosen to just like walk away from all of this kind of just like disregard and complete lack of care. And the part of it that just says in his eyes, like, I do consider myself to be just better, it's there in the body language. But honestly, with that good of a roll, you see that number one, there's just like a bit of his hair that's out of place, and you wouldn't have noticed, but it's just like with how well put this man is, like put together, that is strange. And what's even stranger is that there is something in his eyes where he is looking at Al, and there is genuinely a piece of like, I can't be too rude because holy shit, you're actually gonna be useful to me, or not in a I want to exploit whatever it is you have going on, in a I need help way. And it's barely there, it's barely visible, but once you spot it, it's screaming out because it's so opposite everything that he's putting out right now in his body language.
I don't say anything, but I'm like, you have a piece there out of place.
Great consider I need to entertain the guests.
Hold on.
Just walks off.
You froze for a minute. What did you say?
Like guy just corrects his hair with a very quick movement, like pretending it didn't happen, and then just goes, it's great having you back home. Now if you and your wonderful friends will excuse me, I need to go entertain the guests. Just walks away.
Like, is he normally like that, Al? He
Like a
seems
asshole? Yeah.
he something about him seems off. I don't know whether or not the certain way that he's standing, or the fact that when I looked into his eyes, it looked like he was screaming for help.
What? What do you? No, I mean, he's more competent and put together than both my parents. Like, he's on top of his shit. He's no, I don't think he knows the word help. No. He must have.
Al, as somebody who has hid most of his life, I can tell there's something there. He's putting up something.
Okay. Well. Do I go after him? I'm sorry. We never got along. This is kind of a lot. Does he need help now? Do I go help him now? Is he like is his life in danger? Was he like, oh my god, I'm being mind controlled? Or was it more of like, I'm in a bad situation and like I need help figuring out how to get out of it? Or like,
I think it was more of might be in a bad situation. Is that the read correct?
The read is like, it's not like an immediate someone is about to stab me situation, but it's just like probably a general thing of like it's the vibe of like long lasting consequences in a big thing that kind of like needs help look.
I don't think it's immediate trouble, but if I had to guess, I'm assuming it might be with this whole courting thing that you guys were talking about.
right. Okay.
Maybe just a check-in might be good. Maybe not right now when there's a room full of people, but later. Maybe a little check-in, see how he's doing.
Okay. Yeah. No. Okay. Thanks. But this is a party,
Yes.
so let's get some drinks,
Enjoy
some food,
yourself.
and let's be mean to nobles. All right. Kind of shakes it off. You can probably tell, like, she's still very much thinking about it, but is like, all right, let's party.
Do we know if that jerk from the other city's gonna be here? the tiefling that we met in the other town.
Purple tiefling named Lord Vesta. I mean, that's the dad of Emily, right? That's Emily's dad, the purple tiefling we met. Kairos?
I think he's he's not her dad, but he's like in the
fam.
Yeah.
But he's not.
He's a Vesta.
Yeah, he does not live here though.
Was
Okay.
this before I joined?
Yes.
Yes.
I think
Mhm.
so.
Cool.
Yeah, Lord. I can't read my handwriting. Kairos
Kairos.
Kairos Vesta. Yeah. Yeah. Emily's probably like a niece or like a second. Same family.
Wait, so Emily is a part of that family, and your brother is supposed to get married to her.
Yeah.
Oh,
This is kind of why now do we see, like, if it wasn't clear why I left noble stuff behind before. It's kind of.
I would not want to be in that man's family.
Yeah. All right. Let's get drunk.
Sounds
Quickly.
like a plan.
Okay.
Quickly.
I'm gonna say while you guys are getting drinks, that's when the lady to be courted and her father make their way down like the staircase and get announced. And if Al's family looked cold and calculating and just like horrible people, then these people somehow look worse. And that is an achievement. Like, this is the competitor, I would say, the competing family. And Emily has this like dress that's like a teal color with like embroidery that makes it look like there's like sea foam and waves. And she has a very, very like cold look in her eyes. And she spots your brother and just like smiles. And to any onlookers, it looks like, you know, people who are courting, exchanging glances. And you look at him smile back, and you just think like, oh, that is the most threatening look you've seen someone give your brother. And I think, unfortunately, I might have to end this here because our time is up, and we might get back to the rest of the next time because we're around our end of the time, and I hear someone knocking at my door.
I don't want to help him with. Blah.
I don't like this Vespa family.
All right.
They all seem terrible.
Well, next week will be fun.
Well, join us
See you guys
next week where we take on the Vespas and the rest of the party. You know, we gotta liven up this boring party.
Oh yeah. Whew.
Thank you, and we'll see you guys next week.
Thanks. Love you all.
Love you all. Bye.